listen, a couple pieces of injury news to lead off this hour.
Yeah, for sure.
My longtime buddy, Adam Schefter, reporting no major structural damage in Josh Jacobs' knee. He's week to week.
That's huge.
He's week to week.
Week to week.
So it's better than done for the year, which it's possible that Michael Penix Jr. is. And I'll tell you who looks done for the year, though, unfortunately, is the Atlanta Falcons. And the Carolina Panthers go into Atlanta yesterday and take on a massive game from Bijan Robinson and absorb it and go into overtime and win the game in overtime, knocking both Michael Penix Jr. and Drake London from the game. Looks like London might miss some time as well with an injury to his knee that isn't season-ending. But the Carolina Panthers take this moment in time with Bryce Young and take Ted McMillan and Rico Dowdle and ball them all up and fall down 21-7 and win this game by the final of 30-27 and deal a crushing blow to the once upon a time 3-2 Atlanta Falcons. They were 3-2 after beating the Bills on Sunday night and feeling really good about themselves going into their game at San Francisco. And they haven't won since. 5 losses in a row, now 3-7. Heading to New Orleans next week, which, as we know, isn't a given. As the Panthers can tell you, they lost to New Orleans at home. And we were wondering if the Panthers could recover from that. And the answer is, how does 448 yards passing from Bryce Young sound? And what the Panthers have done is put themselves in position this year, understandably, to not only make the playoffs, but potentially win the division because, as I mentioned, the Falcons beating the Bills for their last win in Week 5. Those Bills beat the Bucs in Western New York while the Panthers were coming from behind to win. And in the NFC South right now, they're only a half game behind Tampa. And they haven't played Tampa yet. Now, Tampa, as we know, is not fully constituted on offense. I get it. And they should be getting healthy. Because right now, Carolina's last 3 games of the season is where rubber's going to meet the road. They play the Bucs twice, wrapped around a home date with Seattle, which could be an NFL Network game on a Saturday the 27th, that I'm calling, actually. Before that, though, they got 2 doozies. They're at San Francisco on a Monday nighter that I'm sure ESPN a few weeks ago was like, okay, like Larry David. Now they're like, okay.
All right.
Because this is a big one. It's currently a Niners team 7th in the playoff standings in the NFC against the team that's 9th in the playoff standings with the Lions in between them. I mean, that's what Carolina's done now. And what Carolina has also done is give themselves a chance to make the playoffs this year and give themselves a chance to win the division this year. But at its very least, what they have done is shown that Bryce Young can be their quarterback. And Dave Canales is the guy who's been in charge of this kid's development. And who knew the development involved benching him almost right away. And we were part of that drumbeat last year, 100% saying, did the Panthers even know what they're doing? Did they hire the right guy? Was Canales ordered to give the code red on Bryce Young? Is he even in charge there, with the owner being David Tepper? And should Young even just demand to be traded? Because he's clearly, I'm not even wanting. I don't want to be here because I don't want to. You don't want me here, and I don't know why you hired this guy if it's to bench me. And look at what's happened. And they've drafted well around him, even though before the season, like, really, you're going to trade Adam Thielen? You're going to trade Adam Thielen. You're going to trade that veteran presence in that.
Who had a great year last year.
In that wide receiver room. Exactly.
Bryce Young, yeah.
And Liget, last year's 32nd overall draft choice, who made news last year just by talking. But remember, he was basically saying, hey, they told me they're going to take me with the top pick of the second round, but they took me in the first round. It's just like, we had to trade up to get you because we wanted you, and you basically told everybody. 83 yards receiving. And McMillan, $130 yesterday, and Bryce Young's 448-yard passing day.
Crazy.
Which is, in fact, a career high and franchise record. Franchise record, man. Hey, we know we're benching you for Andy Dalton, but at week 11 next year, you're not only going to start for us, you're going to have the career record and franchise record in passing yards. And we showing to everybody that we can not only make the playoffs and win the division, but we are zooming past the Atlanta Falcons in the NFC South Diamond Lane. And we're waving at the Falcons saying, we've got enough people in our car. What about you? They passed them. They passed them yesterday. They had already passed them in record, but really passed them by sweeping Atlanta for the first time since 2013. Okay, we see you, Carolina. Second straight and third time in the last 4 meetings at Atlanta. The game's gone to overtime, and they're 2-1 in those games. They have done it. They're doing it against Atlanta, which has to look around and go, okay, remarkably, Kirk Cousins, if Penix is done for the year, if not for a significant part, you want to talk about role reversal. Last year, if you recall, Penix was called upon late in the season to try and save the season after what was going on with Cousins. Now it's Cousins late in the season. Can you save the season after what's been going on with Penix? It's crazy. It's crazy. Can't make this stuff up. As they are 3-7, Atlanta. Their next few games, they're at New Orleans, at the Jets. Got to win them. Got to win them. And you even have to say, at 3-7, they got to win out. They got to win out. And I feel for Penix too, man. Certainly after the kerfuffle that I was unfortunately helping propagate at one point, that the coaching staff wasn't there for Penix because he made an answer to a question about who was in his circle outside the building, and it was cut up and posted on social media as if he was answering about who was helping him on the field, period, and he didn't mention his coaching staff. It all was working, man. It was clicking. Bijan was doing his thing.
Yep.
Algier scored 2, and we're not sitting there talking about vulturing because Bijan was doing his thing and Drake London was doing his thing, and they were doing it. And Carolina just said, screw it. We're the better team, and we're the better team in division, and we're the better team to move forward with. Wild. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.